Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing an 8-4 single elimination draft. Eldritch Moon, Shadows over Innistrad. Please like and subscribe, thanks so much. Alright, we got Spell Queller, which is not worth as much as it used to be, but it is a good card. It's worth about 3 tickets. We also have Incendiary Flow, and we have Clear Shot. I almost think Flow might be the best. Spell Queller's pretty good though. A flash creature that can exile something, I mean... It sucks that you have to basically go 2 colors right off the bat if you take it, whereas with Flow, you can just play it. But Spell Queller is legitimately a very good card. Like, getting a 2/3 guy and stealing a 4-drop or less spell is definitely very powerful. So we can follow up with Ingenious Scab, which is very good. There's Ulvenwald Captive in here. Alchemist's Greeting, Ironclad Slayer, Weaver of Lightning. All of these are good. So I like Captive a lot. If I wanted to play the Spell Queller, I've noticed you can pretty much make anything work in this format. Pretty plain and simple. Like, you really don't have to worry about... so rarely, I was saying this on stream yesterday, but so rarely have I not been able to make a deck work. It's like extremely uncommon. We're going to take the Scab. Ooh, pass the collective effort. Well, that is slick. Jeez. Some powerful red cards here, but we're going to take collective effort. I'm very happy we got past that card, actually. It's really good. Good red burn. My God. Let's see. So, a couple more good red cards. There's Chilling Grasp, Faithbearer Paladin, Steadfast Cathar. I think we'll take the Chilling Grasp over the 2-drop. Chilling Grasp is very good, and Blue-White Flyers definitely wants a card like this. Let's see here. 5th pick Captive, or I take an Ironclad Slayer. Currently no auras, but we could get some. Got a lot of 3-drops. I'm going to take the Slayer anyway. Okay, we can take Terrarian. Or Fragment. But I'm going to take Terrarian here. In case I get some sort of... Alright, we'll take the Mutation now. Over the Sentry. Mutation's good. Okay, we'll take multiple mutations actually. I could take the Paladin, but... Mutation's a good card. Legitimately just good. Good soft... Well, good combat trick or just soft removal spell for a Blue-White Flyers deck. Alright, we'll take the late Fogwalker at this point. I could take the Homunculus, I guess, but I don't have enough. I've only got a couple. This is more for red-blue. Let's take the... Well, I mean, there's a chance I make it work. Fogwalker's not that great. It's okay, though. If we end up Blue-White Tempo, it could be good. It's at least a good blocker. Decent one, at least. Alright, we'll take the Desperate Sentry here. A lot of 3-drops, I understand. Ironclad Slayer is at least good with the mutations. So Field Creeper for Delirium or Laboratory Brute to feed Delirium. And I guess it feeds Ironclad Slayer, too. I guess I'm more concerned about not having enough low curve. I'm going to take the Creeper, just in case. Well, I got the Cathar back. Honestly, we started off with a lot of 3-drops, but I think we're actually in okay shape now. We're going to take the Turn Aside now. Alright, take the Cleansing. I mean, we have Spell Queller, we have Collective Effort as the most powerful cards in our deck. Collective Brutality, which is not bad. Might just want the Dawn Griff, and yet another 3-drop. Let's see. Probably take the Flyer over the Lunarch Mantle. Probably wheel the Fogwalker. Actually, never mind. Take the Tattered Hunter, rather. Let's get the Flyer. Let's get that Flyer, and we need some more. Okay, so now there's Borrowed Grace, Guardian of Pilgrims, Enlightened Maniac. Borrowed Grace is very good. We do need some more creatures. Guardian's the right creature type for a deck like this. It doesn't evade, though, which is really what we're looking for the most. Flyers. Maniac's probably just better than Guardian in general, especially with, like, collective effort. I do love Borrowed Grace. I think it's a very good card. I think we're going to take the Grace this time. So there's Geist of the Archives, Extricator, Guardian of Pilgrims. So how easily can we get Delirium? We have Enchantment, but doesn't necessarily go to the graveyard. Artifact Creature. Desperate Sentry is good with Extricator. Maybe I just want the Geist of the Archives. I need some more flyers. This much is clear. We only have like 3 evasive guys right now. Yeah, Extricator versus Geist. I don't know how easily we can get Delirium. We might be able to do it. I'm going to take Extricator, actually. I feel like we might need some more ways to bring the beats. Alright, so reserves, I think we're going to take over the 3rd mutation just because we kind of want some more flyers. Ooh, Lone Rider and another Spectral Reserves. So what do we have for Lone Rider? We have Borrowed Grace. Sort of collective effort. I think we can find some buff spells. Lone Rider is very good. So I think we're going to take it over the 2nd reserves, even though I would definitely play a 2nd reserves. Alright, well, Subjugator. Definitely a good card. Ooh, Blessed Alliance. That's nice. We'll take that over the Fiendbinder. Blessed Alliance has synergy with Lone Rider too, which is pretty awesome. I've definitely done that before. Alright, I guess Guardian does work here. Lunarch Mantle. I think we're going to take over the 2nd Fogwalker just because of how good it is with Lone Rider. And it's just good on any creature, really. It's proven itself to be a pretty good card. Alright, so now it's Guardian number 2 versus Maniac. I mean, Maniac is basically just good with, what? Extricator, Borrowed Grace. Guardian does, if you play 2 Guardians in a turn, Lone Rider can do something. But I think we're actually going to take the Maniac. Alright, take a 2nd Guardian. So probably don't have to main deck Terrarian. It does help with the Extricator, but I guess I'd rather play the Field Creeper. We're going to hate this Malevolence because it's really good against us right now. Alright, we'll take the Brute. Maybe just play it over turn aside. Feeds our Extricator and Sentry, I guess. Don't really need the Standard Bearer, but we'll take it. So we've already got a deck, which is good. I like Epiphany, but I'm kind of looking at, well, probably Purge. I wanted the Gargoyle, but I think we got to take the Purge here and hope to wheel. Well, I doubt Gargoyle's going to make it, but maybe Fox, Drifter, Homunculus, any of those would be fine. But Purge, I guess, is good with our mutation. It's actual hard removal, which our deck is kind of missing. So the weakest card in our deck right now, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we're definitely taking Purge here. Ooh, Cathar is very good. Yeah, probably just take the Cathar over the Explorer and over the Press. I love Dauntless Cathar. Oh, get past the Bound by Moonsilver. That's pretty nice. So this is good. I mean, we have enough creatures, and we're actually getting pretty premium removal spells out of this Shadows pack here, so that is good news. So we're going to have some pretty important cutting decisions to make here. Not cutting in the teenage sense, if you know what I'm saying. Let's take the Expose Evo here. It's usually pretty good. True Fate Sensor. Now there's a good card. Wow, with the Lone Rider? Yeah, True Fate's a bomb in this deck. It's insane with all of our humans, of which we have more than you'd think, right? Cathar, well, this isn't a human, even though it kind of looks like it in the picture. But Lone Rider is insane with it. Maniac sort of works with it. Whatever. It's certainly good enough here. So we can take the Mob, which I don't hate. Otherwise, we're hating like maybe a Masquerade or something. I mean, we likely don't have space for a Mob, but same token, we're kind of looking for some big finishers eventually. We already have to make cuts, so maybe we just hate like a Masquerade. I mean, if someone's playing vampires, this card's going to wreck our day. So Drifter is actually a pretty good wheel. This deck can legitimately get Delirium, and it doesn't seem that unreasonable. There's also an Inquisitor, which is better with the Censor, but we're going to take the Drifter. Deny Existence for sideboard actually is pretty reasonable. There's some bombs where we're going to be able to... We're going to want to have to counter. Okay, so we've got a lot of good cards in here. Got the Fox back. And another Drifter. I might prefer the Drifter, actually. And go for more of a Delirium thing. I think we're going to do that. Press is pretty good. We're like 2-drop dot deck. It's pretty crazy. We don't have Eerie Interlude synergies, do we? I guess Brute, Maniac, sort of Extricator, sort of Ironclad Slayer. We have more than you'd think. But, I mean, I'm not going to play the Ox either. Whatever, I'll just take the rare. Cut the dual shot from somebody. That could... whatever. Haven't really lost against Magmatic Chasm now that it's not triple Shadows over Innistrad. I won with it all the time, I remember, in triple Shadows. So yeah, we've got a lot of good cards here. We got to figure out what we're cutting. So we can afford to cut 3 creatures, and then we're going to have to cut some spells. That's usually the way I approach it. When you have this much excessive stuff, just meet your guidelines. So make sure you've got 15 creatures, and then take a look at your spells and cut the weakest ones. All right, so let's separate. Let's take a look at this. So we can go creatures first. We're going to cut 3 creatures. We can probably cut the Cathar. It attacks okay, but I think I'd rather have Guardians alongside the Lone Rider. And our Flyers, maybe. Cathar's okay. It's not really that good. Probably Fogwalker. Like, ordinarily, I might be concerned about cutting 2 drops, but actually, it might make more sense to cut a Guardian because we have the Censor. Like, Cathar's very good with True Fate Censor. So maybe we should hold off on cutting humans. All right, so let's cut a Fogwalker because it's just kind of an easy cut. Let's cut one of our Guardians, I think, because I'd rather have the Drifters. We want to keep the Field Creeper because we have quite a bit of Delirium now, right? And that's another reason to keep the Brute. So I might actually cut the Maniac. The Maniac is a human, but even equipped with True Fate Sensor, it's only, what, a 2/3? Which isn't that good. So it basically just has synergy with Extricator, but I'd rather play like a Desperate Sentry than an Enlightened Maniac, because we can legitimately get Delirium in here. And Enlightened Maniac's more of an emerge card anyway. So let's cut them. I think we cut these 3 creatures: Fogwalker, Guardian, and Enlightened Maniac. All the other creatures we have are perfectly fine, especially alongside the True Fate Sensor. So let's cut these 3. That brings us to 28, which means if we want to play 17 lands, we could probably get away with 16 in this deck, but we've got so many 3-drops. I probably just want to make my land drops. I wish we had some card draw in here. We kind of don't. We could actually afford to cut one more creature because of Spectral Reserves. There's definitely an argument for that. So, what would I want to cut for that? What would I want to cut for Spectral Reserves? Could be the other Guardian. I mean, the Guardian's fine. It's not great, though. It's not like our deck has a lack of... Especially if we're playing 17 lands. I want to make sure we have some high-impact spells, because we got to make the best use of our spells in case of getting flooded. So I might just cut the second Guardian. They're only okay, and like I said, they don't really work that great with True Fate Sensor. Granted, Drifter doesn't either, but I'd rather have something that potentially flies than something that buffs temporarily. Alright, so we have 15 creatures including the reserves, which means we move it up here, we can cut 4 spells, 4 non-creature spells, and be fine. So it's probably like Press and Expose Evil. They feel like the most kind of obvious cards to cut. I feel like Chilling Grasp does quite a bit more than Press. Even though Press investigates, being able to Chilling Grasp on your opponent's combat step is really strong. So let's probably cut these 2. And I'm not even sure we need the Lunarch Mantle now. The whole point of the Lunarch Mantle was Lone Rider. But now that we have Blessed Alliance, True Fate Sensor, and Borrowed Grace, we've probably got the tools where we don't need this. And then we got to make one more cut. Maybe it is actually just the Chilling Grasp. I forgot that I'm a little low on time because it's fast build. So I think we're going to cut the Chilling Grasp. All my other spells are really good. I definitely want the mutations. They've been good to me. So I'm going to be good to them. All right, we've got less than a minute, so let's get this all ready. Pretty low on blue, so we'll probably do like 10-7. We do have a couple double white. So much of our early game's white, though. I think 10 is appropriate. All right, here is the deck. Running it like this. We'll see you round 1.